Hi, I'm Tina Sander and welcome to another episode of our Mackay, Unlocking the Value of MackTown. Today we have the wonderful Kelsey Webb with us. Kelsey is one of our incredible sales agents within our office, and today we're here to talk about auction. We have just started facilitating auctions and we really want to unlock some of the myths attached to auctions for both buyers and sellers. Because we are in such an incredible marketplace, we feel like the time is now to really assist buyers and sellers with the transparency around selling. So welcome and thank you for being here, Kelsey.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
Yes.
Thank you. So I think let's just get started with a common question. Why auction? Why bring auction instead of pricing?
Yeah, perfect. So let's start from a seller's perspective. With auction from a selling standpoint, it doesn't put a ceiling on your price. It's a very transparent process. So the sellers can be there on auction day, they can see the buyers bidding, they know that the market's active and that they've got the potential to max out the market and gain a superior result. The transparency is not just there for the sellers, it's also there for the buyers. As we know, probably 90% of our properties at the moment are selling under multiple offer process, and it's hectic for buyers. It's really aggressive, it's not transparent. Buyers don't know where the other parties are at in regards to price. It's generally a really short time frame for the multiple offer process when you're a buyer, which does put some buyers under quite a lot of pressure. The auction process just removes all of that and allows it to be extremely transparent, open and upfront for all parties.
Yeah, great. So why would I buy at auction instead of putting in an offer?
Yeah, so with auctions, you can put in pre-auction offers, but the benefit to you as a buyer buying at auction is that you can see where your competition is at, rather than you just having an agent tell you, hey, there's 8 offers, but unfortunately I can't tell you what the highest one is. As a buyer, you don't know whether to increase your offer or if you are going to increase it, by how much to secure the property. When you go to auction, you can see where all the competition is at. They're right there in the room in front of you. So as a buyer, you know exactly whether or not you need to increase your offer by 5,000 or 2,000 or 10,000, whatever it might be.
Yeah, great. I guess another common question is, do I need cash? Cash, hard, solid cash in the bank?
Well, you need to come in with a gold briefcase, all with 50s, all in consecutive numbers. Joking, of course. But the cash thing is absolutely a myth. You don't need to have the cash amount in your account, but you do absolutely have to be 100% pre-approved. So if you're looking to bid an auction and you believe the property's worth 500,000, if you're pre-approved to 550, you should absolutely be there. If you're only pre-approved to 450, potentially still go to the auction because it might sell for less than what you think, but you wouldn't be able to bid north of 450. You have to stay under your pre-approved amount. So it is an absolute myth that you need the cash in your account, but you do absolutely have to be pre-approved.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And another common question, building and pest. Do we do our own? How does that happen?
Yeah, so most agents with auctions will go ahead and get building and pests done prior to going to market or within the first week of being on the market. And that building and pest report can then be distributed out to all the buyers when they come through for inspections. As a buyer though, you might still want to get your own building and pest done, which you absolutely can do. You just get that done prior to auction. That way you know about any nasties that might be going on, if there's any water damage or if there's any cracks anywhere or termites or whatever it might be. But most agents will always have one done to present to you, but you can always go and get your own done.
Oh, perfect. And regarding price guide, can you give me what it's going to sell for, by negotiation? How does that work?
Yeah. So unfortunately with auction, which is really frustrating as a buyer, in Queensland, we can't release a price guide or the reserve, which is a little challenging for some buyers because down in Victoria and New South Wales, they can give a guide and they can give a range that the seller's hoping to achieve. What we can do as agents in Queensland though is give properties that are inferior comparables and properties that are superior comparables, which is essentially giving you a range, but it's just giving you properties to compare the property that you're looking to purchase, comparing it to those ones.
Perfect. And why would a seller auction? Because it's got such a bad stigma. Just touch base on, it used to be known as a fire sale, I guess. So has it changed or are people still looking at it like a fire sale?
So back in the 80s and 90s, auction was definitely, it was a fire sale or a mortgagee and repossession sale. That is absolutely not the case anymore. And auction just allows a seller to gain the most out of the marketplace. It ensures that a seller is understanding that the agent's working their absolute hardest to get the best possible result. And the seller can be in the auction room. So they can see where all the bidding's at. They can see the agent working the floor and the agent working hard on their behalf. And as a seller, say for instance, let's use the same property again. Say for instance, as a seller, you were hoping to achieve 500. There could be one or two buyers out there that could see value at 510 or 525. But if you list the property at 500, you'll never see the 510 or the 525. So as a seller, it genuinely ensures that you're getting the most out of the market, and you're also getting the most out of your real estate agent. Like, an auction campaign is a lot more hard work and a lot longer for an agent to facilitate than just putting a price on it. But we genuinely believe it is the best process for a seller to ensure they're getting the most out of the market. But it is also the best process for a buyer to see the transparency, to see where the other buyers are at. And for you as a buyer, not feeling like you're missing out or getting jibbed, or if you're worried that the agent's not being transparent with you around the number of offers, you can see right there on the auction floor how many people are actually bidding.
Yeah, brilliant. And how long will the campaign last for? What's the standard?
Yeah, so we are going to run our auction campaigns anywhere between 3 and 4 weeks. We generally feel that 3 open homes is plenty prior to leading into the actual auction day. And as a buyer, you can put in a pre-auction offer. And if it's a number that the seller's happy to take, then a seller can sell before auction. It doesn't have to run all the way through to auction day.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds great.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks for the questions, Kelsey. Hopefully that's unlocked some of the myths around auctions for both buyers and sellers. It is a very, very powerful process for both you as a seller and you as a buyer. As we've mentioned multiple times here today, it's extremely transparent. It ensures that you as a seller are getting a premium result out of the market, but also equally important as a buyer, it's so transparent. You can see what the agent's doing, you can see what all the other buyers are bidding at, and it allows you to then make an educated and informed decision as a buyer if you would like to proceed at that level or not to proceed. Thank you very much for joining us today, Kelsey. You're an absolute delight to have you on the team, so thank you for the energy and the brightness that you bring into the business. And we look forward to our next episode of Our Mackay, Unlocking the Value of MackTown.